She came home and started freaking out over her stuff being gone. I politely told her that she again talked to the guy, and as I told her, our relationship is over. Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, gonna go over a story titled, Am I the A-hole for dumping my girlfriend because of her male friends? And a big shout out to Don for sending me this story. And guys, this definitely entertaining story. It's about a guy, he's 24 years old, his girlfriend's 21, and ultimately he ends up kicking her out of his apartment that he owns, his condo that he owns, and really handling their breakup in quite a funny way that you guys would certainly be proud of for a gal that deserves it. After she crossed the line, after she fully took advantage of his kindness and generosity towards her. And you're going to see, though, that this guy was very foolish into him rushing into a relationship with her, rushing to move in with her, doing all sorts of things that I tell you not to do, and to no surprise, they backfire. And it's a very important lesson here that shows what happens when you push somebody too far. What happens when a gal pushes a good guy too far and how he handles it. And also what can happen when a gal underestimates a guy. What he's capable of pushed too far. But also the lessons here are, because there's always lessons to be learned, what happens when a guy rushes into things with a girl, when he showers her with gifts and money and accommodations when she hasn't really done anything to earn that. What can happen in that direction? So it starts off, says here, me, a 24-year-old male, and my girl, a 21-year-old female, have been only together for 7 months. We moved into an apartment I own after 3 months ago. Smack! Are you freaking crazy, dude? She better be the hottest fucking girl in your country. Together 7 months, and they moved in together 3 months ago. Therefore, he moved her in after 4 months of knowing her. I don't care how hot she is. I don't care how good the pee is. It's not worth it. You need to spend years with a chick before you ever do that. There's only one reason to do that, is if you're going to marry her as the final test. She could, of course, put on the wonderful personality in the honeymoon phase. You're nuts. That's going to communicate to her that she's got you, that you like her so much you're willing to rush into things. And that makes a girl think, oh, well, if he's going to do this, I can get away with other bullshit. I am the sole breadwinner, where she does most of the household chores. Smack. So aside from moving her in for free, now you pay for everything? Again, too much too soon. What has she done to earn this? Really? People don't appreciate things that get too easy. My job pays high, but it requires me to leave at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I come home by 7 or 8 p.m. So sometimes when I come back, I'm so tired that I just eat dinner and directly go to sleep. Now recently, a group of 3 young guys, about 18 and 19 years old, moved to the apartment right beside ours. I smell trouble. They seemed chill at first, but then soon one of them started hitting on my girlfriend even when I was present. Not cool. I nipped that in the bud real quick. Like talking about her looks and how she looks like a goddess. I did not want to have a bad relationship with my neighbors, so naturally I voiced my concerns to my girl and told her not to speak to him at all, since I'm a bit insecure about this. And reading stories here on Reddit has caused me to develop a fear of getting cheated on, and she agreed and promised never to talk to the dude. Yeah, good luck with that one. Now, he should not say to his girl, I'm insecure about this or insecure about that. That's stupid. What he can say is pretty much like, hey, we're here together. You're not going to be hanging around that guy. That guy's crossing the line, not happening, blah, blah, blah. You get the point. Now, a few days ago, I feel really dizzy at work and had a headache, so I decided to come back home early one afternoon. We all know what happens, guys, when a guy comes home early to his wife or girlfriend. I come home and see that my girlfriend is sitting there with the guy who I told her not to talk to under any circumstance is sitting inside my house and having lunch with my girlfriend. Well, clearly that went in one ear and out the other for her. She doesn't give a shit. Why should she give a shit? This guy rushed into a relationship, rushed her into his place. She doesn't have to pay for anything. In her mind, this guy isn't going to do anything. This guy isn't going anywhere. I didn't have to work to get him. So no respect. And obviously she doesn't care because she knows you don't like the way this guy's acting towards you, but she doesn't give a shit. I just managed to control my anger and politely asked the guy to leave my house, and then I asked her what the F was she doing having lunch with him. She replied that since her best friends had gone on vacation, that she was feeling lonely and she just wanted some company and someone to talk to, and since I got work night shifts, that she can have a good friend. Well, boo-hoo, honey. If you are lonely, I have an idea. Get off your tight little ass and go get a fucking job. That's what you can do if you're feeling lonely. It doesn't take you that long to vacuum the carpet and put away the dishes and fold the laundry and cook dinner. Go get a fucking job. Or guess what? God forbid you're alone. Or even better, we know you're full of shit here and you're just doing this to spite me. And you love the attention. I told her she needs to either make new friends or our relationship is over. She almost got into tears, shocker, and said I do not spend any time with her except on weekends, and she swears she will not talk to him again, but she still feels very lonely. See? This is why you spend a lot of time getting to know your girl before you actually get into a relationship with her, let alone move in with her. See what she's really like. So I promised her that we will go on vacation to the Maldives very soon, just the two of us, and she was very happy after that. Smack! You're rewarding her asshole behavior. What do you think that's going to do? Do you think it's going to stop her from doing what she's doing or make her realize, oh my God, now this guy gave me a vacation to the Maldives after I just did a little waterworks? What else can I get away with? I was not happy. Here is where I may be an a-hole. I was paranoid that more things were going to happen behind my back, so when the next weekend arrived and my girlfriend went shopping for some clothes with her, I called a guy and installed a camera in a corner near the living room, which is very nicely camouflaged and would not get spotted unless you were really looking for it. Now, some people may have a problem with that, but you're going to see, guys, him installing the camera, hidden camera, was a very smart idea. Now, next few days went fine, but then on Thursday of that week, the guy came again with my girlfriend into our house, and they were sitting on the sofa. Does it sound like through her actions, she has a whole lot of respect for her boyfriend here? A lot of love for all these things he's doing for her? No. He was showing her something on his phone. I'm sure he wanted to show her something else. And they were chatting and laughing. The guy was clearly flirting, and my girlfriend seemed to be enjoying it. Attention and validation. I saw red, but I did not react after reaching home. Rather, I waited until the next day when my girlfriend was going out to watch the Spider-Man movie with her friends. I took all her stuff that she owned, along with a few of the stuff that I bought her, like her Mac, and mailed it to her parents' house, which was about a 2-hour drive from here. Well, as funny as it is, again, this guy's a dumbass. He bought her a fucking Mac. Good Lord, dude. You're just showing I gotta spend money to get a girl to like me. And what did that do for you? She came home and started freaking out over her stuff being gone. I politely told her that she again talked to the guy, and as I told her, our relationship is over. It's about fucking time, dude. If she wasn't hooking up with him, believe me, she would be soon enough. She kept on denying until I showed her the recording, and that's when she started calling me an insecure psycho and started throwing stuff. I told her I will call the cops if she doesn't get the F out of my house, and she was still crying, and I gave her $1,000 so she can take the ride home to her parents' house, and then some. Smack! You're still giving her money? For God's sakes, man, she's 21, not 12. Good freaking Lord. I'm sure she can find a way. She has friends, doesn't she, that can loan her some money to take a train or a bus or some transportation to see her parents and collect all her stuff. For God's sakes, man. Since that day, she has kept calling and texting me nonstop, but I've decided to go no contact with her. You've got no reason to communicate with her whatsoever at this point. All her shit's out of there. Her friends are calling me an insecure a-hole for not letting her talk to the guy, but I just ignored all of them. Good. Don't engage with them. That's what they want. And of course they're saying that. She's also messaged me saying that her parents can't possibly support her right now, and they might kick her out of the house at any time, and that I left her in a state of helplessness. Helplessness? She's 21. She's obviously a pretty girl. I don't think she's that helpless. She can get a fucking job. And by the way, he mentions later on in the comment section that prior to dating him, she had a job as a waitress. so she can get a job, she can make some money. And what's the deal with her parents? I'm sure she's fine. They just probably don't want her living with them. Now, I do feel a bit guilty. Smack. Cut that nice guy shit out. That I just chucked her out of my house without going to therapy or something, and I'm not sure whether I did the right thing. Bro, you did the right thing. What you didn't do right was rushing into a relationship, rushing into moving to your place, having her be there to be your maid, and which will take very minimal time compared to the time you put into your work to provide her lifestyle, paying for everything, buying her a Mac, and then offering her a vacation when she was acting like an a-hole and disrespecting you, and then giving her $1,000 after you moved all her shit out. No. So in the future, learn from your mistakes. Stop being that nice guy. Stop having to flaunt money and vacations and stuff to get a girl to like you. Because all you're going to do is get this kind of treatment. So gentlemen, you could all learn from this guy's mistakes here. But also there's a learning here. What happens when you push a guy too far? So bravo, sir. You redeemed yourself somewhat by kicking her out and shipping all her shit to her parents' house. That's great. She underestimated him. I guarantee you she would never think he was capable of doing such a thing, which I think is part of the reason she had a big giant meltdown. Now, I'm going to read some comments here because they're always fun. A couple from him that he mentioned in the comments section that he was responding to some questions people had, and then some other ones here to wrap it up. He said, with regards to her, he said, she did work for a while as a waitress, but stopped after we moved in together as I was earning more than enough. So she's quite capable of having a job. She wanted to pursue hobbies and do all the household chores, and I was more than fine with that. That would only be fine if you had known her for an extremely long time and she was a loving and loyal girlfriend. And honestly, if you were married, then at that point and she earned it, that could possibly be an option. Another one, he said, she did work as a waitress, blah, 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 but quit the job since I was providing. And I've been on the lookout for another opportunity, but none of them quite offer the same pay as this one. I'm angry at her because she lied to me twice. And as I have read from most of the cheating stories on Reddit, it starts small with a few lies before the actual cheating begins. So he's a Redditor, and he reads these stories and saw where things were going, and that's why he booted her out and installed the camera. So good for him. You can learn a lot by the stories on that platform. Now some comments here, because he was obviously wondering if I'm being the a-hole in the situation. One guy says, not the a-hole. You gave her everything, and all you asked in return was that she respect your relationship, and she couldn't even do that. Riddle me this. How exactly is she helpless? At 21 years old, she's perfectly capable of getting a job. She's not helpless, just lazy. Yeah, she is. But this guy just threw everything at her, and what 21-year-old girl is not going to be like, okay. Another guy says here, the thing is, he wasn't upset about the other two dudes, just one of them. The one that was constantly flirting and getting a little too close. He wasn't really being insecure, or he had banned her from talking to all three. Three. Also, I went hit puberty there. He had three. He only banned her for the one because that dude was blatantly crossing boundaries that shouldn't be crossed in a relationship. I also get that some people act in a flirty way, but with close friends, and there's absolutely nothing going on. But with that guy, nope. She just met, nope. Well, I also would have had words with that guy, to be perfectly honest. Another guy says here this. People calling him an a-hole, but he was right. He didn't leave her high and dry. He gave her $1,000 and shipped her stuff to her parents. She's just upset because she now realizes how good she had it and is big mad. The fact she brought a man he specifically asked her not into his house and she pays no bills is wild to me. So rude and disrespectful. He did the right thing. He needs therapy because this is only going to add to future issues. No, he does not need therapy. That is the answer to everything in these goddamn stories. Everybody's got to go to therapy. God, if I could invest in therapists, I would, because therapists and private investigators, because that's where the money is in America. Another one. The I'm lonely usually always ends in cheating, whether emotional or physical cheating. She was sneaking around and inviting him into your house when you told her multiple times you were uncomfortable with her talking to him. If she was with a group, it would have been a small issue, but she was alone with him the times that you caught her. She crossed your boundary that you set. You may have been harsh about kicking her out, but she went behind your back, lied about it, and denied it until you showed her proof. It wasn't even one time. It was multiple times that you had to talk to her about this, and she continued to ignore and disrespect your feelings. If you want to defend yourself to your friends, ask them if their significant other went behind their back and did all of that, even after you voiced you were uncomfortable with it, didn't tell them about it, and kept denying it, would they be okay with it? Because no one in their right mind would ever be okay with that. Exactly. Now, I think he's referring to the people that were giving him shit about it, he mentioned, were her friends. And, of course, her friends are going to be on her side and not see their side from a guy. So, that wraps that up, guys. That'll be an entertaining quick one. Quicker of these stories I do here. But again, guys, moral of the story is don't rush into these things. Don't bombard her with gifts and money and all sorts of things like that. God communicates to her, you're trying too hard, you're really into her, I'm not good enough as the person I am, so I got to buy you in my life. That never ends well. And how these gals will take advantage of guys. But the good thing is, we saw this guy handle it very well. Shipped all her shit to her parents. Imagine them when all that stuff showed up. Kicked her out. And quite funny. So, good for him. You're not the a-hole. Now learn from your mistakes. Alright guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.